Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. We got some silage bales, baleage, whatever you want to call it, and we need to move it out to the back and give one to the cows. So got my fork set up. I got the tractor all warmed up, and I need to disconnect the bucket. And I've got trusty Gorilla tape for filling in the holes that the spear is going to put in the plastic. So it's pretty muddy out there. The ground under these wood chips is it retains water pretty good. For those of you that don't know, we mostly have clay here, so yeah, it gets pretty soupy. So I'm gonna have to put the tractor in four-wheel drive, and so I'm putting the bales out in that back corner, but in order to do that, I need to bring them all the way around the back and up through that high spot on the property, because there's a low spot on the other side of that of the cow pen that gets pretty soupy, and I have a big giant brush pile that's kind of blocking that gate. So anyway, that's the game plan. We'll see how bad we sink. So man, these things are getting expensive. Normally I'd buy them from a buddy of mine at 50 bucks a piece, and life's all good. Here's 150 bucks. But I found myself a really short window of time where I could quick hook up to the trailer, run down to the local feed store, and get some round bales. So I don't know what he's up to, and I didn't want to surprise him with a visit and have him fire up his 150 horsepower tractor just to load 3 bales. So 60 bucks a piece plus tax. Oh my goodness. Makes you wonder how much it's worth it to raise a couple of steers. I'm glad I'm doing it. I wouldn't go back and change anything, and I do plan on raising a few more after this. I think I'm gonna change my plan a little bit next time, and maybe do 3 or 4 and raise them up to about 450, 500 pounds, take them to the auction, or maybe sell them on Craigslist, instead of feeding 2 of them out until they're ready to harvest. So we'll see what happens. It'll all depend on how beef sales go once those guys are butchered. But anyway, I'm gonna get on the tractor. We're gonna get connected and make this happen. I don't want to make this video too long, so sit tight, guys. Okay guys, going out to the round bale feeder so I can pry it up and get it ready for putting over the new round bale. So you guys can see how much of a mess this is. I hate having to do this. Last year we took better care of this area, but last year we didn't have cows out here. So I try to not run in the same spot every time. I try and pick a line just right next to it, so I'm not putting too big of ruts in one spot or compacting one area more so than others. So yeah, this is pretty soupy out here, guys. So I gotta pry this round bale up. Yeah, just look at this. This is just soup. So I'm gonna pry this up from all the old dead grass and flip it up in preparation for the new bale. So that's, you can see where I had bales before. I'm gonna put the new one right there, so that I don't just keep making new spots. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work, guys. Hey, cows. Oh, cows. So this Gorilla Tape works pretty good for covering up these holes. This is the all-weather Gorilla Tape, and yeah, it does an exceptional job. So the last round bale that I had stored out here, the horses had got to, and I ended up actually having to move them a couple different times. So we had holes all over that round bale, and we had big holes that I covered up with this stuff, and it did a heck of a job. You just like laying roof tiles or anything like that, building a roof, start from the bottom and work your way up, and you're good to go. So there's that. I know Gorilla Tape's expensive, but hey, for the price that you pay for these round bales, man, I sure am jealous of those of you that get to make your own silage bales. Thinking when we get a larger piece of property in the barn and all that we're hoping to get here, we're actually looking to buy my in-laws place, and they're planning on retiring over into eastern Washington and selling us the farm. So if all goes well, we'll be on 7 acres, and It was a dairy barn. Well, I'm sorry, it was a dairy back in, I think it closed down in the 70s. I'm not totally sure. The silo's been torn down. If I had to guess, I'd say that they were probably milking maybe 30 head out of it. So we'll see. Make a great barn I could convert over for the steers and the horses. I don't know how big of a operation I plan on doing there. It's probably not going to be too big. I don't want to overextend ourselves, but I would like to make a little bit of side money selling beef, and I really do like having the critters around. As much as I talk negative about them, they are a hoot. I wouldn't have it any other way at this point. So they can be brats. That is no joke. So I've heard, I don't know if we're getting all this in the picture. I've heard that the Holsteins can be more of a pain than some of the beef breeds. I didn't grow up on a dairy. I didn't grow up farming cows, so that's just what I heard. So these both these calves are Angus cross, and I think that's yeah, they should put out some pretty decent meat. So we'll do one more just for safe measures. There we go. All right, guys, bales are done. Almost need to draw a nose and a mouth on them, and have a couple of creepy faces out here. Anyhow, yeah, that's it for today, guys. Been a good day, getting a lot done. It's good to have the feed for the cows. So at this rate, these round bales are lasting about 3 weeks or so for the two calves, and yeah, so they should get us by for a little while. Hopefully we'll get close to 2 months out of it, and so that's going to put us in middle of January, middle of February. Hopefully approaching March, I won't have to get more hay. So yeah, that's just about it. Anyway, now I'm rambling. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and y'all take good care. We'll catch you on the next video.